Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to create invoices and test the rules that we have created or modified in our last video. So this is the test case scenario that we are going to execute. So invoice 101 we will create with amount as 50. It should go for auto approved. 102 with amount $2,000. Which should go for approver groups approval. Invoice 103 with $6,000, which will go to the user invoice clerks supervisor Cassie Brown. Once Cassie Brown approves, it will go to Anita Kennedy for her approval. 104 we will create with invoice amount $11,000, which will go to William Taylor, who is the CEO of the firm, for his approval. So let's launch Fusion instance. I will log in using invoice.clerk_user. Click on sign in. Let's go to payables. Click on invoices. Click on this task list. Click on create invoice. Here it is. So I'll select business unit as US1, business unit, supplier as Dell Inc, invoice number as invoice 101, and amount as 60. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Alright, so it is 50, so I'll enter 50. Now I'll add line as amount 50. So I'll create single line invoice. Now I'll add the distributions, basically the GL accounting segment. So let's click on this drop down, click on search, description salary, alright, so this is the accounting segment. Click OK. Click OK one more time. Now click on save. Alright. Now I'll click on validate from invoice action. So you can see the validation status has gone for needs revalidation. Alright. So what is the issue? So the invoice total amount is 54.75 is because the tax is 4.75. So you have to revise this $50 to 54.75. Click on save and validate again. Alright, so the invoice is validated now. Click on this drop down invoice actions and select approval, and you have to give initiate. Now invoice is sent for approval. Now click save and close. Now I'll click on this task list, click on manage invoices. I'll give invoice number as invoice 101. Click on search. And you can see the invoice is validated, but the approval status is initiated. So let's spend some time to get it auto approved. Alright, so you can see the workflow is auto approved and the status is workflow approved. Click on done. Now, as you can see, our first test case is successful. Now next, we are going to check whether the invoice is going to the approver group for approval or not. So let's go here, invoice workbench, click on create invoice, select business unit as US1 business unit, supplier as Dell Inc, invoice number as invoice 102, and the amount we should put as $2,000, right? So let's verify once. Yeah, $2,000. Right, so now we will create lines. $2,000. We will give distributions. Click on this drop down, search, salary, click OK. OK one more time. Now we will save this. So status is not validated. Click on invoice actions. Click validate. Status is needs revalidation. It's due to the tax. So tax is $190. So you have to make it 2190, the invoice amount. So let's update the invoice amount as 2190. Click on save. And again click on invoice actions, validate. Alright, so the invoice is validated now. Again click on invoice actions, approval, initiate. Alright, so invoice has been sent for approval. Now save and close. Let's search the invoice again, manage invoices, enter the invoice number 102, click on search, and you can see it is initiated. Now I will launch the incognito window. I will enter the instance and I will log in using FinIMPL now. Right? Click on sign in. Click on this bell icon and you can see the invoice has come for this user's approval. Alright, so you can see the details over here. You can approve, reject, you can view the invoice, you can delegate, reassign, escalate, suspend, withdraw, right? You can add comments. So click on approve now. I don't want to add any comment, so I'll make submit. So invoice is approved now. I'll go back again, expand this search bar, click on search. So it will take some time to get reflected. And you can see the invoice is workflow approved status. Click done. Alright, now we will move on to our third test case where we will create an invoice with invoice 103 with amount 6,000, right? So let's go to invoice workbench, click on this task list, click on create invoice, business unit as US1 business unit, supplier as Dell Inc, number as invoice 103, and amount is $6,000. Here I'm going to create line again, amount as $6,000. Distributions, let's click on this icon and 60110, right? So this is for salaries. Click OK. Save the invoice. So status is not validated. Now validate. Needs revalidation. It's because of the tax implication. So the revised value is 6570 is because $570 is for tax. So revise the amount at the header level. Click save. Now again validate. So validated. Now let's launch the approval workflow. Click initiate. So the approval workflow is launched. Now click on save and close. Now search for the invoice. Invoice 103. Click search. You can see the status is initiated. Now first we will log in using Casey Brown. So let's log out of FinIMPL. Click sign out. Confirm. So user is Casey Brown. Enter the password. Click sign on. Click on this bell icon. And you can see the invoice 103 has come for approval. So I'll straight away approve this. All right. Now I will sign out from this user. Click confirm. Now I will log in using Anita Kennedy. Click on sign in. Let's click on this bell icon. And you can see the amount 6570 invoice number invoice 103 has come for her approval. Click on approve. Alright, so the approval is done. So let's go back to the invoice workbench and click search one more time. And you can see the invoice is approved with status as workflow approved. So click done. Now we will execute our last test case. So click on create invoice. Business unit as US1 business unit. Supplier as Dell Inc. Number as invoice 104. Amount of invoice is, let's look at this, 11,000. Let's enter the line amount. Let's enter the distribution combination, basically the GL code combination 60110, which is salaries. Search, click OK. Click on save now. Validate the invoice. Enter the revised amount 12045. This is due to the tax amount. Click save. Revalidate. Validated. Now launch the approval workflow. Click on initiate. So invoice is initiated. Save and close. Click on this task list. Manage invoices. Invoice 104. Click search. So it is initiated. Now I will log out of this user. Log in using William.Taylor. Click on sign in. Click on this bell icon and you can see the invoice 104 with amount 12045 has come for William Taylor's approval. So click on approve from here. It's approved. Now let's go back to manage invoices screen. Click search and you can see the invoice status is workflow approved. So all the test cases are executed successfully. That's all. Thank you.